Online gambling didn't just ruin my life, it rewired my brain completely. Look, I didn't lose my house, I didn't become homeless. My rock bottom wasn't as dramatic as the rock bottom that you see on the movies. You know what online gambling did to me was actually worse than that. It rewired my brains completely. And remember how I had become someone that I couldn't even recognize? If you're still gambling online, chances are it's busy rewiring your brain. You may not notice it right now, but your brain is already changing. Stay with me. This isn't just one of those pity party stories, but it's actually a warning to those who are willing to listen. When it comes to online gambling, we are being sold a lie that gambling only becomes a problem when you lose everything, when you're in debt, when your life falls apart publicly. That's false. Yes, that's false. It's a very big lie. Online gambling doesn't wait for ruin. It works quietly, it works silently, and it doesn't just destroy your life at first. At first, it feels like fun, it feels like your chance at hitting it big and winning money. But in actual fact, it destroys your life, you know, it destroys your brain as well. Even your thinking patterns change for the worst. See, the thing is that once it successfully changes your mind, your life also starts changing for the worst. And that is the most painful thing. This is how online gambling actually works. Now we're getting uncomfortable. Let's get uncomfortable and honest about it. How online gambling works, it's not just entertainment, it's a neuroscience and it's wrapped in convenience because every spin, every bet, every near miss whereby you almost win, your brain releases dopamine, not when you win, but when you anticipate the winning. That's where you get to feel that adrenaline rush, and that means that losses don't stop you either because even the wins do not satisfy you. With online gambling, the chase becomes a reward, and you only get relief from betting, not from rest, not from connection, not from peace, but only betting. And that's the rewire right there. You may be asking yourself during this whole brain rewire, what actually changed in me? Well, let me tell you what gambling changed about me long before it even touched on my finances, long before I even started selling my car and getting fired and all of that. I became irritable. I was very irritable. I was emotionally numb. I was so obsessed with chasing my losses that I felt so bored at the same time. When you feel like I have to gamble because I need to chase the losses, and also there's not even some guarantee that I'll be able to recover that loss via gambling itself. So I changed in such a way that I became so restless. I was forever so restless, and when things were quiet and no loan sharks were calling me for their monies and all that, the silence felt so unbearable. I needed that harassment for some reason to push me in order for me to chase the dopamine, even though I would end up losing the money. My peace slowly faded. I felt so empty, and the normal life felt so slow. And I still wonder why, but I think it's because my brain was trained for constant stimulation, and that instant relief that I used to get from the adrenaline rush and the dopamine. Losing to online gambling showed me that I didn't need to be broke in order to be broken. The mere fact that I was still pursuing the whole dopamine from the gambling, it meant that I was already broken. You may be asking yourself what actually saved me. What actually saved me wasn't willpower. It was my understanding that I wasn't weak, I wasn't stupid, I wasn't greedy, but my brain had been trained, and that anything can be retrained. Even the brain itself can be retrained and rewired only if you're willing. And also, recovery wasn't about avoiding gambling at all, but it was about rebuilding patience. You know, one thing about people who are addicted to gambling, we are very, very impatient. So the recovery journey as well, it's sort of like some patience training. And so far, so good, I must say. It's going really well. The online gambling didn't ruin my life, but it tried so hard to steal my brain, you know. And if you feel that it's not bad yet, you're not yet there, you know, yes, your brain is kind of rewired, but not fully rewired yet, then this message is for you. By the time your life is ruined, your brain will have been already gone away from you for a very long time. Yeah, that's the reality of the situation. And if you're in recovery like me, I need you to know that you are not broken, you are healing. And of course, recovery is a journey and it's not a destination. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Angelica, and this is my final chance at recovery. I do believe that this may as well be your final chance. Let us recover together. Thank you so much for subscribing. Catch you on the next video. Love you back.